Hello. So back in June, we went to Holy Island. Now the island is a little bit big for me to walk around in one day. So what we had to do was we had to split it up in two. The first day, or the first time we went, it was to the castle, and that was with his father. And then the next time we went with his mother to do the rest of the island. And if you've never been to Holy Island and you are looking to go somewhere in the northeast of England, I would highly recommend going to Holy Island. It is such a beautiful place and very spiritual. But if you don't want to go anywhere for spiritual reasons, it's still a lovely place to go to. The history of it is amazing. And if you go earlier on in June, I think they do a reenactment of the Vikings raiding, so everybody's dressed up as Vikings, and it's such an amazing place. And I am hoping to go next year earlier on in June with the camera, so I can try to take photos and videos of what's going on. But yeah, it's such a lovely place, but I grew up here, so I would say that. And no matter how many times I go there or see the same places, I still fall in love with it over again. And yeah, it's just a lovely place, and I love it around here. But yeah, we went with his mother to the rest of the island, and there was a church there. And apart from special occasions like weddings, funerals and christenings, I've never been to a church properly. Although this wasn't the usual church routine, as it is a tour place as well as doing services there as well. But at that time when we went, it wasn't a service going on. But I've never really been to church, and this is the first time that I've been to church without having a special service going on. And I don't know why, but before, the people around me were fine, but it's always I feel that I'm not welcome to go to church. It's like spiritual and energy wise, I don't feel welcome at all going there. And especially with when people are praying, they normally pray to God or Jesus or someone like that. And for me, I knew I wouldn't be praying to them, I would be praying to my gods, and the church is not somewhere for me to pray to my gods, it's to pray to God. So yeah, I just didn't feel right to go to a church before. And this time when I went, it was totally different. I just felt like someone had their arms wide open and were welcoming me in, sort of feeling. And I felt at peace with myself. I felt calm and relaxed, and I could do what I want and be alone in the church. And I was praying, I was meditating, I was just being at peace with myself, and I've never felt that before. And I started looking around the church to see what actually was inside the church. And I found that it was Saint Aidan, who I think helped build the church. And he is one of the saints that I do work with. He is actually the first saint that came to me and helped me with a few things going on. And then I saw Saint Cuthbert and Saint Hilda, and these are all the saints that I do normally work with. And so I started praying for them, thanking them for bringing me to this place, and then all of a sudden I felt like a they were smiling, like people were smiling in the spirit sense, and it's just an amazing feeling. And afterwards I felt like I knew where my path is going. I could see the road more clearly because of them, because of being in that church. And then afterwards I started to feel like God was in the room with me. And for those who've watched the video before, I have been working with God a little bit more than I would do in the past. And in a way it was the conclusion to our work, and we realised that we wouldn't be able to work with each other fully because of the paths that we are on, because my gods wouldn't want me to have attention fully on him when they're just left there, and he wouldn't be that okay with me working with other gods when he wants the attention on him. And it can get kind of iffy and annoying and frustrating trying to sort out everything and make sure everybody is okay, and I didn't want to have another deity on my shoulders to worry about, if that makes sense. But we realised that for my ancestors, he is there for. My ancestors believed in God, they were Christians, and they looked up to him and all that. And so I realised that when I do work with my ancestors, I should pray to God. I should pray that I'm thankful that he's taken them under his wings, so to speak, and that they are happy, they are comfortable, they are at peace with themselves, and in a way praying from them to him. So I'm saying the prayer for them to him. I think I'm making sense of that. I'm trying to work it out in my head as well. But that is probably the time that I would work with God, is for my ancestors. And it felt right at the time, and it still feels right now. And I don't feel uncomfortable with saying that. I feel happy. I feel so comfortable that it should have been something that I should be doing all the time, and I wasn't. And yeah, I'm just so happy that something really positive has happened from going to church, and I never thought that would ever happen to me. And yeah, I guess I just wanted to come on here and share that little bit with you all. And funnily enough, the rain has stopped and the sun is now coming out, so I may be able to do some gardening. So that is where I'm going to leave it, because that is pretty much what I wanted to say, and I'm going to start rambling on if I keep the camera on. So I hope you all are doing okay, and yeah,